My name is Ira, and I'm one of the senior guidance counselor here at UMC. With regards to what is community involvement hours, the Ministry of Education here within Ontario requires that every student within high school, in order for them to earn the Ontario Secondary School Diploma, they must complete 40 community service hours. This is usually done after grade 8 in our case. Here within Canada, so students, once they've completed grade 8 or middle school, then within the summer, they would typically do volunteer hours. We know in most cases, our students are coming from overseas, international students who might have completed maybe grades 10, 11, or in some cases 12. And so our recommendation is that students complete volunteer hours during the summer, or at least they should have completed at least 10 community service hours each academic year, allowing them to have at least 40 by the time they have graduated from high school. The Ministry of Education has mandated for students to complete this, and for many different reasons. One, it enhances students' confidence, self-confidence, their self-esteem. It's a good way also in being a responsible citizen, in simply recognizing that students have been given so much, so it's an opportunity for them to give back. Also volunteerism, as we know, it really helps to alleviate the burden overall on society. Many hands make light work, and so this is an opportunity for students really to contribute within a meaningful way. And so these are some of the reasons why the Ministry of Education mandates it. It's about preparing students in being good global citizens. Students looking for volunteer opportunities, they can reach out to the guidance office. They may also look at the UMC High School Volunteering Opportunities Information Board. We also have a guidance board. There's a social media page that we have information, especially if there's a relevant opportunity for students to be involved in. The Public Library Information Board, Community Center Bulletin Boards. There's also volunteertoronto.ca, which is a huge network of what they do. They help to point students to different not-for-profit organizations in which students can gain volunteer experience. There's also the Canadian Blood Services from time to time that they are looking for students to give blood, and so these are ways that students can earn volunteer hours. There's also the Youth Activation Hub or Volunteer Match, which is also an online portal. And again, if students need further clarity, the guidance office, we're always here to provide very specific information. Typically what we do, we ask students to go on the site, spend some time browsing, just to show you have some time to reflect, think about what type of volunteer opportunity that you would like to be engaged in, as there's so many different specific types of volunteer opportunity that's available for students, be it you're looking maybe something within the art, maybe something that's related to fundraising, maybe something that you might be able to use in terms of future career as well. So we would recommend for you to spend some time to reflect, to research, and then once you have the information, then you can send an email or even reach out via phone or whatever ways that the organization requests for you to do. In most situations, volunteer organizations do require for students to fill out an application expressing their interest in terms of the type of volunteer experience they're looking for. Some organizations may require for students to submit a resume, and this is a good way for them to be able to see if the students have had prior experience within that area. In some cases, they may need to also show, maybe have some type of government issued ID, showing, again, confirming their identity. and they may, in some organization, especially if they're working with kids or people within the vulnerable sector, they may need to do a police or background check as well. With regards to assistance, the admin department, as well as guidance, both of us, we do have the community service forms. So once you figured, you know what, I need to apply for volunteer service, so I need to connect to an organization, you can connect with the guidance office or admin office. There's a community volunteer sheet that students are required to receive beforehand, and whatever organization they will be working with, they will be required to give that to the volunteer supervisor, who will be monitoring or keeping track of the amount of hours that they volunteer, and they will also need to sign off. We also recommend for students, if you're not sure, you can also reach out to your marketers, who would be more than willing to help you. We have our teachers as well. In some instances, the school do have clubs that provide volunteer opportunities in-house. It's limited because we do want students to go outside of the school to earn experience. But we do have clubs in which teachers do run or oversee, such as the peer tutoring club, there's the yearbook club, there's the eco-gardening club, and so these are opportunities in which students can actually reach out to teachers and to find out if there are opportunities for them to be involved in volunteering. Finally, we know that many students from time to time that you have gained very valuable experience in your volunteering, and so we encourage you to even share your volunteer experience with your peers through the hashtag UMC UMC Volunteers, and that would be a great way for your peers to know, you know, I've had a positive experience at this particular place. And not only that, but it really fosters, you know, good team spirit among other students in terms of why they need to be involved and be excited. You have been given much. And so with great power, which is what you have, comes great responsibility. And so we encourage you, get involved, volunteer.